Show me a call.
Listen, the disrespect. Yes, thank you, Agent. The disrespect not only to us, but to Jinxie. To Jinxie, you're disrespecting Jinxie's tournament. You're disrespecting Jinxie. The fact that Jinxie took time away to make this tournament.
Things went left fast. Like seriously fast, when the stream stopped being about the game and turned into a full-on public call-out right in the middle of everything. One moment it was straight competition, players locked in, and the next it felt like a live intervention unfolding in real time, with everyone watching feeling that tension hit through the screen. That's exactly how it went down during the Jinxie R6 tournament when Fanum and Agent suddenly had to hit pause and check Rakai for stepping out of line on stream instead of staying focused on the match. He kept talking over people, doing way too much, and it completely threw off the vibe, making it tough for anyone to stay focused or even keep the stream running clean.
Ain't you dating a porn
star? I don't care, bro.
Ain't you dating a porn star?
She used
After a while, you can hear it in their voices. It's obvious both of them are fed up, and they're not even trying to hide it anymore. The tone shifts heavy, and you can tell this is not just frustration, it's straight irritation spilling out live. Fanum straight up calls it out and tells him he's being disrespectful. No filter, no soft talk, just direct. Then Agent jumps in right behind him, backing it up, and now the whole situation starts heating up fast, like it could blow any second. They end up telling Rakai to either calm down or just quit to desktop, saying they are not about to keep playing while everything is this chaotic. What was supposed to be a serious tournament flips instantly into a loud argument, all of it happening live in front of everyone watching.
You don't even have the game downloaded. I'm not convinced you have the game at all. I don't think you have the game. No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
He's not focused on the game. He's focused on sending 40 kilovers up the hill. That's what he's focused on. I'm not. Yo, Agent. Show
me a call. Show me a call.
Listen, that disrespect.
And the wild part is, the clip doesn't cool off at all. It just keeps getting messier the longer it goes, like it's spiraling out of control in real time.
Ain't you dating a porn
star? I don't care, bro.
Ain't you dating a porn star?
She used
No, bro.
Now, if you don't even know who Rahi is, picture this. Imagine if Jake Paul and Jack Doherty somehow merged into one streamer. Always loud, always pushing limits, always chasing attention no matter what. That's the kind of energy he brings every single time. That's basically Rakai. He built his name off pulling reckless stunts, causing scenes in public, and turning streams into straight chaos instead of focusing on actual gameplay. People tuned in for gameplay, but what really threw everyone off was how he kept bringing his girlfriend, Piper Raquel, into it and mixing in that only friend type of content, even though most viewers were clearly there for the game. Not all that extra stuff, man. It just didn't match the vibe people signed up for. When Fanum and Agent finally hit their limit during the Jinxie tournament and told him to calm down or just quit to desktop, it felt like someone finally said what everybody had been thinking the whole time. No more holding back, no more letting it slide. They were completely done with it. This is where everything really starts going downhill fast.
No.
I don't know.
Nigga, the nigga, the back tee, in the middle screen. Joe.
Yeah.
Hey, eat dick. You address everybody in the room. Eat everybody in here.
Damn.
Fuck is you talking about? You address everybody in here. Ross is in here. Cuffleman's in here. Sinner's in here.
Yeah, Rakai, why you ignoring us, bro?
Nobody else.
You deserve.
Jinxie set up the tournament and brought Rahi in like any regular player. Nothing unusual at first. But instead of locking in and focusing on the match, Rahi instantly goes back to the same behavior. Talking over people, calling out random players, and turning the whole lobby into chaos for no real reason. It got so out of control that another streamer, Bruce Drop M Off, had to step in and call him out directly, making it clear that things had gone way too far and the situation was getting out of hand.
How old are you? You a little bro, you teen. I know damn well you're not talking this direction. I know damn well you are not talking this direction. Go ahead.
Oh, so how old are you?
Don't do that.
So how old are you?
Better go damn.
How old are you?
GG.
How are you?
Don't worry about it.
31?
Don't worry about it. I'm not 31.
Your child.
You be making numbers up, huh?
Your child, how old is she, chat?
I'm not 31 and I'm not 30.
28.
Yo, bro, Rakai, we heard the script earlier today. We heard it yesterday, last week. He's gonna say something about a family. He's gonna say something about a family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
Just say it.
Just start a feeling, my nigga.
There it is.
Just fries it up. Start a feeling, eh? You know what I'm saying?
And he did not hold back at all. Zero filter, straight to the point. He brings up Rakai's situation with dating and that only friend style content, calling out what everybody had already been thinking but never said out loud. It instantly makes things way more uncomfortable because now it's all out there in the open. Now the moment gets even more awkward since Rakai is still early in his journey, and while he's been acting like the loudest voice in the room trying to check everybody else, Bruce flips it right back on him hard. Like, hold on, you're not even at the age to be drinking and you're moving like this online? That line hits different and completely shifts the energy in seconds. After that, the stream doesn't even feel like a tournament anymore. It turns into a group of streamers trying to keep one creator from throwing everything off track in real time. The focus is gone, the tension is high, and the whole situation feels like it could spiral even further at any moment. Now this is where things turn serious, because this is not just some "it's his life, let him do what he wants" situation. It goes deeper than that, and people started picking up on it real quick. Rakai is still early in life, while the person he's publicly connected to is older and involved in content that doesn't even line up with what he should be around right now. That alone pushes this out of basic internet drama and into a real grey area that has people questioning what's really going on behind the scenes. So when Bruce Drop-Em-Off called it out live on stream, everything shifted instantly. It stopped feeling like normal trash talk and started raising real concerns about judgment and decision making, and you could feel the tension spike immediately. That's when everything really starts spiraling out of control. After that gets brought up, Rakai and Bruce go back and forth on the call, and it heats up fast. No pauses, no cooling off, just straight pressure building. Then Bruce brings up how Rakai ignored Adin Ross during a Discord call earlier, and that just stacks even more weight onto the moment. From there, it turns into a full verbal shutdown, with the energy completely flipping and the situation getting more intense by the second. Bruce keeps pressing him non-stop, not letting anything slide, and Rahi can't control the situation anymore. It really feels like watching one person take over the entire conversation while the other starts losing ground in real time, and you can hear that shift happening live. The wild part is, Rakai had been acting like the loudest voice in the room the whole time, talking over people and trying to control everything. But the second Bruce steps in and checks him, everything flips instantly. The tone changes, the energy shifts, and suddenly it's not going the way Rakai expected at all.
Closer with Rakai, bruh. No cap. And yes, it is not clip farming. That is as stupid as he appears to be. That is a dumb legit. I ain't even gonna care. Like, he's like, but it's like, I feel like he needs like a big brother living with him or something to teach him shit or some shit. And like, there's a lot of shit he just don't know. I'm sitting there like, yo, how do you not know that? Or why do you think this is, you feel me? Like, dead ass, those times I feel like I'm teaching this shit. I'm sitting there like talking to him and teaching him shit. I'm like, yo, blase, blase, blah. He's like, what? I'm like, what? He's like, huh? So
Rakai has also been making content with Piper, and one of their TikToks together pulled over 800,000 likes. On the surface, it looks like normal influencer content. Nothing too wild at first glance. Just another viral post doing numbers and getting attention. But this is where people start raising eyebrows. Rahi's audience is mostly younger viewers. That's who watches his streams, clips, and keeps up with everything he does. At the same time, he's openly promoting his girlfriend, who makes content aimed at a completely different audience. That contrast is what's making people question things. So the issue isn't just them posting together, it's the overlap that comes with it. You've got a younger fan base watching closely, while content meant for adults is being indirectly pushed into that same space. Even if that wasn't the intention, it creates a situation where certain content could end up in front of people who aren't even old enough to access it. That's where the real concern starts building. It stops being just internet drama and turns into a bigger conversation about how audiences and content are mixing in ways that don't sit right with a lot of people. Even Stable Ronaldo reacted when he found out Rahi was dating someone involved in that type of content, and he was clearly not feeling it during his stream. He went on a rant about what he sees happening with this generation, questioning why it feels like fewer people are aiming for more traditional paths and where all of this is heading. When the internet keeps pushing fast money and viral fame like it's the main goal, it connects to a much bigger trend online. You look at influencers like Piper Raquel or Lil Tay, and it's clear the culture has shifted heavy. Platforms get promoted early, everything moves fast, and content spreads everywhere across social media in seconds. That kind of messaging reaches younger audiences non-stop. It's everywhere you look. And whether people realize it or not, it keeps the cycle going over and over again while thousands of viewers are watching it all play out live. That's why the concern goes way beyond just one stream or one relationship. It's about the bigger influence being pushed out to a massive audience, where people keep seeing the same path repeated again and again. After a while, it starts to normalize the idea that certain platforms or certain types of content are the fastest way to get attention and make money. And once that mindset catches on, it spreads quick. It's hard to ignore how it starts shaping what people think success really looks like online. But maybe this is just what streaming culture looks like now. Maybe this is the direction everything is heading, whether people like it or not. What do you think about it? Let me know down in the comments. And if you made it this far, you might as well hit subscribe too, because there's always more internet chaos to break down. And honestly, that's basically Rakai's whole brand at this point. The formula stays the same every single time. He joins someone's stream, starts interacting, and before long it flips into him being disrespectful or throwing out wild comments just to grab attention. It honestly plays out like a script at this point. He hops on a call, talks for a bit, and then the tone shifts fast. Once the jokes start rolling in, most of what he says is aimed at things like someone's appearance, their age, or anything guaranteed to get a reaction instantly. It's all about pushing buttons and getting people to respond, no matter how it comes off. There's even a clip where he tells a streamer that because she's 28, she should go start a family already, which is honestly wild coming from someone still figuring things out. That comment caught people off guard immediately and made the whole moment feel awkward and tense. And when it comes to giving life advice, the response to that is pretty simple. Focus on your own path, handle your responsibilities, and maybe stay away from situations you're not even ready to be part of yet. That moment really showed that the conversation was off track on all sides. It just adds to the pattern people keep noticing. This cycle of joining, stirring things up, and leaving behind tension that keeps stacking up every time it happens. Even Your Rage spoke on Rakai after dealing with him during MrBeast's $1 million event, and what he said added a whole new layer to everything people were already noticing online. This wasn't just some random opinion either. It came from actually being around him in real situations. According to Rage, the way Rakai acts on stream isn't some planned act or calculated move to farm clips for attention. He made it clear this isn't a character being played up for views. This is how he really moves in real life too. Rage basically explained that the same loud, chaotic energy people see online is exactly what you get behind the scenes. In his words, it's not an act and it's not some strategy to go viral. That's just his natural behavior. When you stack that on top of everything else, the tournament blow-ups, the repeated disrespect, and the questionable online choices, it starts connecting the dots for a lot of people. It explains why so many creators keep speaking up about him, because from their perspective, this isn't temporary behavior. To them, this is just who he is, and that's what makes the whole situation hit even harder. At this point, everything around Rakai is starting to follow the exact same pattern, and people are catching on fast. It's not just one moment, one clip, or one bad stream. It's a cycle that keeps repeating over and over again. Every time he shows up, the energy shifts instantly. Things get louder, more chaotic, and sooner or later, someone ends up getting disrespected or dragged into unnecessary drama. And the craziest part, it doesn't even feel surprising anymore. It feels expected. Viewers aren't even tuning in for the gameplay like that anymore. They're watching just to see what's going to go wrong next. That alone says a lot about how his presence is being received across the streaming space right now. And for other creators, it puts them in a tough spot too. Do they ignore it and let the chaos slide? Or do they call it out and risk turning the whole stream into another viral argument? Either way, it keeps feeding the same loop. At some point, something has to change, because if the focus keeps drifting away from actual content and straight into constant controversy, it's only going to get messier from here. And when that happens, everybody involved ends up dealing with the fallout in real time. And that's what it really comes down to in the end. At some point, being inexperienced or acting careless stops working as an excuse, and people aren't going to keep letting it slide forever. You can only lean on that for so long before everyone starts seeing the bigger picture clearly. It stops coming off like simple immaturity and starts looking like a pattern that keeps repeating again and again. And once people lock in on that, the conversation shifts fast and the expectations rise immediately. Whether someone is ready for that pressure or not, it doesn't slow down. It just keeps building, and people start looking at every move a whole lot differently. Kai keeps ending up in the same situations for one simple reason. He keeps moving the exact same way every time. After a while, that stops looking like accidents and starts feeling very intentional, and people are picking up on that fast. When you're online with a huge audience, especially one made up of all kinds of viewers, there are real responsibilities that come with it. Whether you like it or not, it's not about age, it's not about experience, and it's definitely not about what feels funny in the moment. The second you gain influence, your actions carry weight, and that's the part Rakai keeps overlooking again and again. And eventually, that catches up. because people start expecting more whether he's ready or not. At some point, someone needs to step in and give him a real reality check. Whether that comes from family, older friends, or anyone willing to be honest instead of just laughing along, something has to shift. Because yeah, the chaos brings views, but it also brings consequences. And right now, a lot of the people around him don't even come off like real friends. It looks more like they're there for the attention and the clicks, sticking around until things go too far, then backing off the second it's no longer beneficial.
Yo, sit down.
What?
Agent was telling me how you look mad good for me, body tea, all that. He said you look mad good, he's trying to know you, all that. You think about that again.
Yeah, we gotta serve this kid, bro.
Yo, dead ass, like how? Like,
we gotta
can I dead ass like pay Fanum to hurt you? Like at this point, like can I pay him?
Yo, Agent, why you get mad at me? I'm just.
Yeah.
You told me that.
Can I pay Fanum to hit him? Like, is that like a thing? I'm gonna text him.
We gonna install more realistic bruises on that head of yours, money. Lock in, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we're gonna give you the natural BBL, natural head BBL.
Okay, so Agent, say on God, you don't think Cindy look good. Say on God, you Cindy look good right now. Say on God, you don't.
Bro, we're friends. It's not like that.
Name two operators.
Nah. Say on God, you don't think Cindy look good.
Rakai. Like, have you ever interacted with a woman where you weren't trying to be weird?
Oh! Oh my God, I'm getting
It's 2 hours and 4 minutes, and this can't name a singular operator. Is over here blushing and cheesing, utilizing women on International Women's Day. What is your problem, bro?
Thank you, Rakai.
Jesus, man, it's Women's Month, and this is how you want to treat her? Are you fucking serious?
Clock that tea.
And like always, once those clips start spreading, the internet wastes no time speaking on it. The comments come flooding in fast, and they're not holding back at all. You've got people saying things like, "I'm sick of this kid, bro," calling him a scammer, disrespectful, even a thief, and pointing out a huge ego. That kind of reaction says a lot about how people are feeling right now. One person even said he's becoming an evil version of himself. That might sound extreme, but it shows just how serious the perception is getting. At this point, people aren't reacting to one bad moment or one messy stream. They're reacting to a pattern they feel like they've seen too many times. When labels like scammer, disrespectful, and ego start stacking up like that, it becomes way harder to shake that reputation. And that kind of image doesn't come from just one situation. It builds over time when people keep seeing the same behavior again and again. When the same issues keep popping up, it stops looking random and starts looking like a habit that's not changing. Some people are even saying things like, "All I see is an immature person who has no manners, no respect, and doesn't listen to anyone, thinking he can do whatever he wants without consequences." That shows just how frustrated viewers are getting. At this point, people aren't tuning in for gameplay or entertainment anymore. They're showing up because the drama keeps spreading. The reputation itself is becoming the main attraction, and that's where the real problems start showing up in a big way. When someone keeps acting like this and nothing slows them down, it starts sending a message that the behavior is actually working. But that kind of attention doesn't last forever, and people know it. The same audience that might find it entertaining at first will eventually get tired of seeing the same thing play out again and again. Some comments go even further, saying things like, "I wasn't raised to act like that. If I moved like Rakai, it wouldn't even feel right." That's harsh, but it shows just how strong the reactions are getting right now. There are also people saying he's trying to be the next Kai or Speed, but missing what actually makes those creators work. Copying the loud energy without understanding the balance behind it is not the same thing, and viewers can spot that difference almost instantly. At the end of the day, everything keeps circling back to one word: accountability. Because no matter how viral the clips get or how much attention the drama brings in, there comes a point where people stop laughing and start looking at the bigger picture. Right now, Rakai is still in that phase where the chaos is pulling views, the arguments are getting clipped, and everything is moving fast. But that kind of momentum can flip quick. Once the audience decides they've seen enough of the same behavior, the energy changes fast. And the truth is, the internet doesn't stay on anyone's side forever. The same people supporting you today can easily switch up tomorrow if the content stops feeling entertaining and starts feeling repetitive or uncomfortable to watch. That's why this moment actually matters more than it looks. It's not just about one tournament, one argument, or one viral clip. It's about the direction everything is heading if nothing changes. Because if this pattern keeps going unchecked, the fallout is going to hit way harder later on. And by then, it's a lot harder to fix a reputation that's already been built in front of millions of people. Rakai and Speed didn't just blow up for being loud. They built their audiences off personality, timing, and actually being entertaining to watch. The chaos was just one part of the show, not the entire thing. And that difference is huge. People are starting to notice that more and more. When you look at everything going on with Rakai, it keeps circling back to the same pattern repeating again and again. The Jinxie tournament was supposed to be a normal competitive event, but it flipped into straight chaos because he kept calling people out, talking over others, and throwing off the entire lobby. That's what led to creators like Bruce stepping in, with others getting visibly frustrated right there on stream. But that moment is just one piece of a much bigger issue that keeps building. Rakai has built a reputation around disrespectful moments, constant arguments, and doing whatever it takes to grab attention. And on top of that, people are questioning the kind of influence he has on a wide audience, especially when certain content and decisions start mixing into that space. When you look at the reactions from other creators and viewers, it's clear this isn't about one stream going wrong. It's about a pattern that keeps repeating, and people are getting louder about it every single time. It's about a growing perception that he keeps leaning into the same behavior without recognizing the responsibility that comes with having that level of influence. And at some point, the expectation becomes simple. If you have a massive platform, your maturity and accountability have to match it. No more excuses, no more brushing it off. Because once you reach that level, every move gets watched, every moment gets judged, and people expect you to move smarter, not louder. And right now, that gap between influence and responsibility is what people are really calling out. If you made it this far, make sure you like, subscribe, share, and drop a comment to stay tapped in with all the latest drama. There's always more unfolding, and you already know it doesn't stay quiet for long.